Ladies and gentlemen, we've got drama on the Great White Way, or Broadway for the uninitiated. Also, drama is pretty reductive for this subject. This is more than just drama. There has been an open letter signed by over 500 Broadway actors and theater professionals calling for Patti LuPone to be uninvited from the Tony Awards. I won't be going into too much detail on why they wrote the letter here. I may cover it on the podcast. All you need to know is that Patti LuPone called another actress, a black woman named Keisha Lewis, a bitch and made a few other not so nice comments. So, this has also sparked discussions on microaggressions and racism. This video is about a post someone made in response to the open letter, but before I get to that, I do feel like I should mention that Patti LuPone did respond. She apologized and is taking accountability from what I have seen. Again, I won't get into it too much, but I saw someone make a good point, which is that Patti LuPone has been like this for years and is only now getting called out for it. A black woman would not have gotten away with it for so long. Now, the real focus of this video is this post. From this account, Juan Marco Sorresi, the Broadway community is more comfortable going after Patti LuPone than saying a word criticizing Israel. Since the original incident involves racism and microaggressions against a black woman, people have accused this post of being dismissive of black people and their concerns of racism. I understand where that response is coming from. People do often disregard black people and our opinions and concerns. But two things can be true. Patti LuPone said things she needs to be called out for, and there has not been a similar organized effort from the Broadway quote unquote community to condemn Israel's genocide of the Palestinians. I obviously don't know what every actor who signed this letter has said about Israel, but as far as I could find, there has been no condemnation from the community as a whole. If this group can come together and write this letter, then they can come together and make a similar condemnation of Israel. And in my opinion, they need to. It's not too late. It may not stop the genocide, but there are still people who would be swayed or affected in some way by a public statement from a group of people they respect or admire. And if they don't make a statement, it should not be surprising to anyone for people to wonder why that is the case. People are already making the argument that Patti LuPone is a member of their community, so they can hold her accountable. Israel is not a member of their community. They have no ability to hold Israel accountable. Personally, I think that's a bullshit excuse when faced with a genocide. The letter calls on the Tony Awards to uninvite Patti LuPone. My hope is that we see people using their time at the mic this year to condemn Israel, to call for a ceasefire, to put as much attention on Gaza as possible. I won't get my hopes up. Broadway is an industry like any other. I don't expect some sort of standout performance in regards to Israel and Palestine. But I'm sure there will be a surprise or two. I believe the Tony Awards are on the 8th of June this year. I may watch them, and if I do, we'll be sure to talk about them here. So keep an eye out for that and keep an eye out for my next podcast episode if you are interested in more of my thoughts on this whole Patti LuPone situation. I want to make it very clear before I end the video that this was in no way, shape, or form meant to take away from any racism that was experienced by the actresses involved. This is not to distract or defend what Patti LuPone did. I want to give that topic the proper time it deserves at a later date. I just didn't want that to be the focus of this particular video. Patti LuPone deserved to be called out, and she should be called out. But ultimately, everything that happens right now happens against the backdrop of a genocide. And that is a factor that cannot and should not be ignored. So we really shouldn't be surprised when even something like this gets brought up in that context. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Leave the video a like for me and let me know your thoughts down below. Take care of yourself. Free Palestine, and goodbye.